What's up, guys? So we're going to finish doing my makeup together, and I want to have a conversation with you guys. It's been a while since we've done this, and I know it's a little late in the day for me to be doing my makeup, but it wasn't a priority this morning, so it's gonna be right now. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about, so excuse me while I'm doing my makeup in front of you, but don't pay attention to what I'm doing, just pay attention to what I'm saying. One of the, hey Emily, girl, I can't wait till the next time I come to Utah and can meet you in real life, by the way. So anyway, one of the things that I feel like needs to be explained to a lot of people is that so many people don't seem to understand the concept, like the difference between being selfish. Where'd my towel go? Anyway, oh, it's right here. Between being selfish and being, like, meaning choosing things for yourself and being self-centered. There is a very big difference. And you should make choices that benefit yourself. You should do the, have the uncomfortable conversations. You should choose the things that may not be the most fun, blah, 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 but they're the best for you. That is, you know, the true definition of self-care and taking care of yourself. So while yes, you should do those things and have those self-care, self-love, choose you moments, that doesn't mean you get to be a self-centered asshole. So that's really what I wanted to talk about today. I don't think people recognize the difference between the two, and that there really is a big difference. So for example, you don't get to make a decision and say, like, making a decision that you know is going to make someone else's life more difficult, or just being an outright kind of a pompous asshole when it comes to specific things, like saying, oh, well, I'm not going to do that because, you know, it doesn't serve me. That doesn't, if when you say that you're actually hurting someone else, or you're not taking care of your own business, you're trying to prove a point or whatever the case may be, like, that does not make you right, or that you're making a decision for yourself. Like, that makes you an asshole, guys. Like, there's a big fat difference between the two. Just like the same conversation I've had with you guys several times about the fact it was like, being honest doesn't mean that you get to be an asshole. Like, so many people are like, well, I was just being honest. No, you were being crude. Like, there's a difference. If you don't have tact as an adult, like, if you can't determine how to communicate your thoughts and what you want and what you need or what you're feeling or whatever without being a selfish or self-centered jackass, like, then you need to do some inner looking, ladies and gentlemen, because there's a very big difference between choosing what's right for you and outwardly being rude and terrible to other people. So it's not an excuse. Like, I have so many people who are like, well, I'm just choosing for me and, you know, what's important for me and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, really, is that the case? Like, because it sounds to me like you just use that as an excuse to be an outright jackass to the people that you do business with, or maybe you're using it as an excuse to not handle your business. But what's interesting about that is when you have the conversation about, when you have those things and you're being self-centered like that, what I want you to understand is that if you're speaking to someone who is, oh, that was loud, sorry, who is self-aware, they see right through that, okay? So it's definitely not the way to practice. Let me know if this makes any sense to you guys. Like, hit some like buttons or something. But like, people that have any ounce of self-awareness can see straight through those words and those actions, because it's just like, it tells everyone so much more about you. Just like how the way you react to people around you, or the way that people react to you, tells you so much about that other person, right? Like, how you react to other people tells you so much about yourself and your own issue, and how other people react to you tells you about them, not you. Same situation when it comes to you saying, well, I didn't do this because I needed to prove a point. well, obviously you're either number one, lying to me and not on top of your shit, or number two, you're actually like, you're just being a jerk, right? There's no excuse for that. So here's the thing that I want to express. I've gotten that point across, but here's what I want you to know. When you have that state of mind, and when what you're going for is, proving a point to someone, or whatever the case may be, like, what that is you're actually attracting such bad energy into your state, into your, like, space. You're also, it's a very scarcity based mindset. If you don't deliver on something, or you don't do something because you're trying to prove a point, or you're trying to claim to me that you're, choosing your own time, or, your time is more valuable, or whatever the fuck your excuse is, what I want you to know is what you're attracting and what you're doing to your mindset is, and like the energy you're putting out there, is so much more than you realize. It's a very damaging thing to do, guys. Like, you're literally attracting a scarcity into your space. If you're feeling like this holier than thou state of mind where you're trying to prove points to people and like stand on this pedestal and like be this guy, like, you're attracting that's a negative vibe. It's a negative situation you're putting out into the world, and you're attracting negativity to your space by doing that, just so you know. You are attracting scarcity. You are attracting that bullshit attitude and action that you just put out into whatever situation that was. You're attracting that into your own space. Don't you realize? So, like, the true act of choosing yourself is a loving act, and it comes from a place of respect. It comes from a place of knowing and awareness and choosing what's right for you. It doesn't come from a negative place. It comes from a positive place. So you're attracting more positive into your space. You're attracting more abundance into your space. But when you're putting out this, like, let me teach you a lesson, I'm a self-centered asshole style of actions or mood or vibe or whatever it is, please understand that that's what you're attracting back into your space. And it tells everyone a lot about who you are. Big, big time, Catherine. It's like saying it's not worth my time, but leaving someone else to clean up the mess. Exactly. How you do one thing is how you do all things. And that's how I feel about this. Like, if you're going to allow one area of your life to be, we're doing literally like the quickest curl job of life today, so don't judge my hair care skills today. Anyway, if you're going to allow one situation in your life to be messy, or for you to not handle your business, or whatever it may be, like, that just goes to show me here's the thing, you don't just do that in one area of life. That's not how it goes. And if you're being honest with yourself or anyone else, like, I guarantee you that that's basically probably how you handle everything. You have a lot of things up in the air. You have a lot of things pending and not handled. And it all plays out. Like, it all plays out. Big, big time. So I just wanted to make that note, because here's the problem. I feel like nobody talks enough about, like, the consequences to the way that you choose to show up, right? So here's the thing. I'm a firm believer in the fact that, like, you control the way a lot of situations play out based upon how you choose to show up to the table, or show up to the game, and what you choose to bring to the table. I'm a firm believer in that, just based off of not only my own knowledge of the situation, but also my own experiences and me watching, clients and different things go through this. Like, you are in control of that. And I just feel like a lot of people, not enough people talk about that. So when I see these situations where I think there's just like mass confusion about, oh, I'm just choosing myself and my time is more valuable, and that means I'm choosing myself, when really you're just being an asshole and putting out negative vibes. Like, nobody is explaining to you how the fact that showing up to the table that way is actually going to eventually come back and bite you in the ass. So sometimes I just feel the need to get on here, talk about that, because it really is how you dictate, or not dictate, how you choose to operate. That's the word I'm looking for. How you choose to operate your life on a daily basis is huge. And it dictates what you attract and what happens to you in a big fucking way. And it's huge. I watch it happen all the time. I've lived it. I've changed it in my own life. I can look back at my own life and situations and how they played out, and I can tell you exactly why they played out the way they did based upon my actions or lack thereof, you know? And so sometimes if I can get on here and talk about these sort of things and talk about the fact that, like, you truly do control how you show up, and it's your responsibility to take responsibility for your own actions and your own words and those types of things, because how you do one thing is how you do all things. Like, if I can get on here and shine a little light about that, and maybe make somebody think twice or operate a little differently, and it brings more joy and abundance into their life, then mission accomplished. So that's just what I had to say. I just wanted to jump on and say that really quick to you guys. So I hope that made sense and maybe put a little good thought in your space today. If you like the video, as always, please share it. I appreciate you guys. I gotta go jump on a call, so I'm gonna get off, and I will talk to you guys soon. See ya.